Hey everyone, this is Chaitali again, and today I'm going to show you how to make a die cut pinwheel using Avriel dies. So I'm going to be using the Happy Days paper pad from Eco Park today. And I have chosen this really fun paper from this paper pad that has a great pattern on the front side and also on the back side. You do want pattern paper that is two-sided for creating a pinwheel because it really makes it easier and fun to have a pattern on the folded sides of the pinwheel. So just getting my Cuttlebug all prepared up to cut this paper, and I'm going to be using the Avriel diamond rounded diamonds die, and I'm using the second last diamond, the second smallest diamond I mean, for my cutting, because this pinwheel is going to be used on my Ironcraft card in today's Ironcraft episode, so I do want a small pinwheel on it. So preparing my Cuttlebug, I am going to be using a regular sandwich with the A plate, the B plate on it, the die, the pattern paper, and I am also using the C plate on top because this pattern paper is actually not very thick. And another thing to note is you don't want a very thick patterned paper when you're making your pinwheel because there'll be a lot of folding involved, and thick papers don't really do that well in a pinwheel. So I have all my die cuts done. I have 4 of them for the 4 sides of the pinwheel. And you can see that there are 2 sharp edges and 2 rounded edges on this die. So what I'm going to do is take my ruler and pencil and just make a line that connects the 2 sharp edges of this die cut. And I'm going to do it on all 4. You'll see a little bit later that I will cut over that line just a little to and then do the folding to make it into a pinwheel shape. So this die cut is perfect for making a pinwheel, and because it comes in so many different sizes, you can actually make pinwheels of a lot of different sizes. Alright, getting my scissors now, and I will not cut this all the way through, just a little bit lesser than the other end of this cut. You can see it doesn't fall apart, so I am not cutting this all the way through. I'm cutting it till just a little before the other end of this die cut. And I'm going to do this for all 4. It's really easy. You can do it with one snip of your scissors, not that difficult at all. And once all 4 of them are done, then we'll be ready to start assembling the pinwheel. One other thing you may want to keep with you is a brad, because that is what is going to hold the pinwheel together. A really small one, because especially for a pinwheel of this size. So this is what we are going to do. We are basically going to fold over one side till it corresponds to the other edge, and put a little bit of glue there when you fold it over. Make sure you don't put a lot of glue because you do want that nice fold to show up on your pinwheel. And hold it over for a second or so. Oops. Make sure it doesn't stick to your finger, but hold it over for a second or so, and that's how you will be able to get a few folds. Now, this is a tip that I quickly thought of after doing 2 of these pinwheels, so I rushed to go and get my quilling needles. So what you're looking at me holding in my hand there is my quilling needle. And that is actually a great way you can hold the pinwheel together while you're folding over and gluing all these pieces. And it'll also give a great base for your pinwheel to dry, because the glue does need a little bit of time to dry and hold your pinwheel pieces together. So there's my first piece, then I'm poking this through the second piece, and I'm also going to do that for the other 2 pieces. And one other advantage that this gives you is when you take all these 4 pieces off to actually put your brad through, you are going to have a very nicely done hole already in place. And I could have actually just slid it off the quilling needle and put my brad in straight away through the hole because they were all aligned. But I messed it up, and I am going to do it the harder way now. But I at least have the holes in place to guide me through. So poking my brad through the first hole, and I have almost got it in through all of them. The glue on this one was just a little lesser, so I need to put this glue back on, dabbing a little bit down there and crossing it over there. The other advantage of having the holes already in place is that when you have a situation like this, you still have the hole to guide you when you put the side of the pinwheel over. And putting that in as the last part of my pinwheel, the only thing left to do after that is to arrange these four sections of the wheel so that it makes a perfectly even pinwheel. Now for the back side of the pinwheel, I have a reed stick here. This is the kind that you use to put in incense jars or bottles. So it's kind of really thin, and you can see I can cut it really easily with my scissors. So what I just did there is mark off a little bit of length using my cutting mat as a guide, and then I use my scissors to snip off that length. Now I'm going to use some score tape, and you don't have to peel off the other side of the score tape. So that's the advantage of using score tape in situations like this. So I'm going to use a little bit of score tape. Oops, that was a bit too less. I'm going to cut off a larger section of the score tape and put this on the back side of the pinwheel. Now, one thing I should mention straight off the bat is that this is a decorative pinwheel, and you will see where the interactivity comes in if you look at my Ironcraft episode that corresponds to this video. This pinwheel is unfortunately not designed to move, but there it is. That is a completed pinwheel. And here is a better picture of it. It's actually designed to be a cake topper, so you can put it up on a cupcake or on a cake slice like you have here. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.